What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching the Ragin Nation Show. This is just a web series where we're talking about all things matter to me in the world of upcoming films. In this episode, we're going to talk about the next installment in the Mission Impossible franchise, the status of the next Predator film, and also we're going to talk about a new Alien trilogy. So, what's going on over at the Mission Impossible franchise? Well, first of all, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation was a huge critical and financial success globally at the global box office, raking in $682 million worldwide, which is only $12 million less than what Ghost Protocol did. Ghost Protocol, in my opinion, is still the best Mission Impossible installment in the franchise, but Rogue Nation was still quite good. Now, the studios are happy, Tom Cruise and his producing partner, Paula Wagner, is happy, and they are ready to move on and work on the next one. So when is that happening? And who's going to be directing it? Well, looks like we have the answer to that question right here, because director Christopher McQuarrie, who directed Rogue Nation, just recently tweeted, "Mission accepted." And of course that is referring to the director's job for Mission Impossible 6, which is reported to start production in as early as August 2016, August next year. Now that is quick. If they're going to start production, and we're talking about pre-production, that means we could possibly be getting Mission Impossible 6 in summer of 2018. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, because, well, Tom Cruise is still quite busy. Edge of Tomorrow 2, Jack Reacher 2, maybe a Top Gun sequel. Who knows? But the fact is that he's really busy, and it's not, it's not common for him to jump into, a sequel of a franchise that he just recently did. So I think he's just gonna let a little bit of time pass, 1 year to be specific, and then he's going to work on Mission Impossible 6, which is going to be really exciting. Now, this marks the very first time which a director from a previous Mission Impossible film comes on to direct the next one. That's a very rare thing to happen in a franchise. It doesn't happen that often. But anyways, so that is what's happening. I'm really excited, and we could possibly see Mission Impossible 6 in summer of 2018. Moving on, let's talk about Predator 4. Now, writer Frank Deckard has just recently turned in the script to 20th Century Fox. Alright, so that is really exciting. The fact is that it's happening. It's happening, and with the approval of this script, then we can see the fourth installment in this franchise. Now, let's forget about everything that happened in Aliens vs. Predator and Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. Let's talk about Predator, okay? I liked Predator. In fact, I think Predator is one of my top 10 films of all time. Predator 2, I enjoyed it, alright? A lot of people thought it was kind of dumb, but I enjoyed it. I liked it. Predators was still very enjoyable. I thought it was a decent entry into this franchise, and it had a lot of nods to the original. Maybe a little bit too many, to the point where it feels like it's just full-on too much fan service, but the fact is that it still was a good movie, okay? I thought all three films were good films, with the first one being the best. Now, the big question is Predator 4 going to be a sequel or a reboot? Now, originally they planned on having it a reboot, but I find that it really makes no sense to make it a reboot, because Predators, even though it felt like a reboot, it wasn't. It actually was a continuation, but with brand new characters, an all-new cast. It continues the story. It's in the same timeline, even though they're not the same characters that appeared in the previous films. And to have Predator 4 have all new characters, that actually continues the tradition of this franchise. So there's really no need to make it a reboot. And because of that, we are not getting a reboot. Okay, director Shane Black, who was involved with Predator 1, I believe he played Hawkins. But anyways, Shane Black, who directed Iron Man 3, and well, he's going to be directing Predator 4, and he says that it's not going to be a reboot. It's going to be a sequel. It's going to continue where Predators left off, and it's most likely we're going to see brand new characters. Okay? What happens to Adrian Brody and Alice Braga? Who knows? Who kind of cares? I kind of don't. I want to see more Predator. I want to see more Predator action. I want to see more Predator backstory. There's a huge mythos that surrounds these great alien species that we need to know more about. And because of that, I feel that we need to see more of the Predator. Alright? And to have it being a sequel with an all-new cast, that, like I said, continues the tradition of this franchise. Every sequel has a brand new cast. And I actually don't mind that. So, the script has been turned in from Frank Decker, who wrote The Monster Squad. And Shane Black is going to be the director. And hopefully, together as a team, they can put something awesome together. And just like I said, it's not going to be a reboot. It's going to be a sequel. And we're just waiting for the studios to approve the script. Alright, so that's the status of Predator 4. And hopefully, we're going to be getting a green light sometime soon. Okay? Finally, the last thing I want to talk about is Ridley Scott's next film. And that is Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant is the follow-up to Prometheus. Alien Covenant was originally called Prometheus 2 Lost Paradise, or Alien Lost Paradise. Now they're calling it Alien Covenant. The reason why they're calling it that is because they want the audience to know that this connects directly with the 1979 classic film from Ridley Scott, Alien. Now, Ridley Scott did mention in the past that he's got several movies that are going to link this story with Shaw and David with the original Alien film back in 1979. But he didn't mention specifically how many films. He said 3 or 4 films, but now he just clarified that, okay? And I'm going to read you this quote. It's a very complex story. It's an evolution of what I first did with Prometheus 1. Prometheus 1 was born out of my frustration that on Alien 1 in 1979, I only did 1 as I don't normally do sequels. I was amazed that in the 3 that followed that no one asked the question, why the alien? Who made it and why? Very basic questions. So I came up with the notion of Prometheus 1, which starts to indicate who might have made it and where it came from. So I'm now going to the next one, which is the next evolution directly connected with the first one, which was this Shaw when he replaced Michael Fassbender in 2 pieces, and we'll kind of pick it up there and it will evolve. When that's finished, there will be another one and then another one which will gradually drive into the back entrance of the film in 1979. So in other words, why was the space jockey there and why did he give an alien inside of him? And those questions will be answered. Alright, so what he's suggesting is that Alien Covenant is the start of a new trilogy. There will be Alien Covenant, and then Alien Covenant 2, and then Alien Covenant 3, and that trilogy wraps up, which eventually takes us into the 1979 Alien film. Now, Prometheus was kind of the film that starts everything off, but it isn't actually part of this trilogy. I feel that this trilogy is going to delve more into this complex story, as he calls it. Alright, so there's going to be 3 films. And there's no word on if he's going to direct all of them. I hope he directs all 3 of them. I hope he directs maybe 2 and 3 in a way where they're filmed back to back. That way we have a larger picture. And I'm really, really anxious to see the complete story. Because the fact is that when people watched Prometheus, the criticism was divided. I really, really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people who enjoyed it just like me, but there was a lot of other people who felt that the movie's full of plot holes. But these plot holes didn't actually exist unless you connected with aliens, such as how did this happen? How does that happen? How do they get from point A to point B? You know, all that stuff is, you know, all these so-called plot holes only exist if you connected with Alien, which are plot holes that will be filled with what follows in Alien Covenant. So I actually didn't mind Prometheus at all. I didn't think there were any plot holes at all. I thought it was great. And if he can continue to bring this type of storytelling and mystery into the mix into Alien Covenant and what the next 2 films that follow, then I'm going to be satisfied. Anyways, so Predator 4 is waiting approval. Mission Impossible 6 will be filming, or rather will be starting production in August of 2016, and Alien Covenant will be the first film in a trilogy which connects the story with Alien. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments section below. And there's going to be a lot more news, reviews, and just a lot of updates for upcoming films. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. Show me some love by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yu. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. But like he says that you got to stand down. And if you guys have been following the production, we know that Black Widow is not on Team Captain America.